Hey, ICs, it's Raf or Captain Raffy if you're on the Discord. I wanted to chime in with my HPC experience last year. Overall, it was pretty awesome. Carl and crew, I really appreciate you working on that, and Shell in particular, all of the administration. It did a lot. It was the most consistent painting I've ever done in my decade plus of painting minis. It was huge for motivation. I find the hardest part about painting is getting started on the project and then those last few details and like the kind of the grind at the end. And the HPC was kind of perfectly situated to help me with both of those. Like knowing even the chance at a prize, like the little checking the box that I got it done for the month, was huge to get me to sit down and put in 2 or 3 nights for those first few weeks instead of maybe one. And once I'm painting 2 nights a week, I can keep painting 2 nights a week, 3 nights a week, much easier than if I'm kind of stop and start. My big project for last year was a heavily kit-bashed Age of Sigmar army for a narrative event I went to. And it really pushed me in those early months to get paint on and keep pushing, which made the crunch, because the crunch was still inevitable, a lot easier to get through at the end. Same thing, knowing I had a month to check the box and I had to finish this, just helped me stay up 1 extra hour later, or maybe not go to bed when I didn't need to, and really kind of burn away those excuses. So really appreciate it. I thought it was great for getting me going. Same 2025 into 2026. I don't have a major army this time, but it's already getting me to sit down a little bit. I finished a Blood Bowl team for the first month. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, is just that steady progress, that extra little bit of motivation, just enough extra juice to keep going. So again, to the entire IC's crew, I really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody's painting this year.
Steven, I didn't sell out, son. I bought in. Keep that in mind.
Welcome to the Independent Characters, episode 266. This is Carl.
This is Adon.
And this is Shell.
And Shell's got to get in a little closer to the microphone.
Yeah, Shell.
Thanks for joining us, Shell. I know how much you love being on this show.
Oh, she loves talking on the microphones.
I know. And yeah, so this episode, as you just heard Raph talking about there, is the Hobby Progress Challenge for 2000... What are we in?
25 to 26.
Yeah, 25 to 26. I know Blake and Ed and everybody gave me a hard time about the number.
It's like a fiscal year, you know? like a academic year.
We're going to call it on the year it starts, so 2025. So that's why we coerced you. Shell.
Actually, in honor of Shell, since she's a teacher, we'll use an academic calendar.
It is an academic calendar, because I wouldn't start it until after school had started.
There you go.
Well, we have you on, and we coerced you to come on since you're running the whole thing. I'm not running it.
Running it.
You are. You're tracking everything,
I am
right?
tracking it.
So, yeah. So it makes a huge difference to everybody. It makes a huge difference to me. It probably, quite frankly, it wouldn't be happening if you weren't doing it. So thank you, as Raph said.
Okay. You're welcome.
Yeah, this show is sponsored by Arnie Gorter, or is it Arn? I can't
I'm
tell.
going to say Arnie.
I think it's Arnie. Arnie Gorter and Rob Livingston. They are two of our...
Are you sure it's Rob or is it Robe?
Check and meet. Yeah, so Rob Livingston and Arnie Gorter. Thank you so much for your support. If you also want to support us, you can find out more at theindependentcharacters.com, where you can figure out all the bonus material, like you hear Don talking about F1 stuff. And
Yeah.
myself
Is that up?
last time? Oh, yeah, it's been up.
Cool.
Yeah. We're part of the Goonhammer Media Network, so you can check out media.goonhammer.com for more shows and information. And then again, as I said, we're going to be talking about the Hobby Progress Challenge. And I've reached out. Now, on the Independent Characters, we have an application that you can go and you can click on and you can record a message. And I asked people,
Yeah.
how did the Hobby Progress Challenge help you last year, and what are you looking forward to this year? And we got a whole bunch of responses from people. So I'm going to play some of those as we go throughout the show, and then we'll comment on each of those and
Yeah.
why they're awesome.
I was cracking up because Raph was like, and then the crunch comes, which is inevitable. I was like, but is it inevitable? I don't,
we're gamers. It's inevitable.
Yeah, that's it. And then he says, and going to sleep when I didn't need to.
Yeah. We always need sleep.
You need sleep. I know. It was pretty funny. It just made me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, thanks to him for re-recording the last time he recorded it. There was I think that he had a
microphone
different
issue?
I think he had a different microphone enabled, and so it was super faint, but I really wanted to include his.
Well, these podcasters, they get all,
and he was
all
jumping onto a plane to Singapore talking about F1.
Yeah.
So hopefully he gets tickets when he gets
Yes,
there.
good luck.
Good luck, buddy. Okay. Let's just leap right. The opening segment here is actually going to be fairly short, I think, because none of us have really played any games recently. But spoiler alert. But let's talk Elite Choice real quick. And Shell, why don't you go with the Shell's Kiss? What have you picked
Okay, so
this time?
I picked a knight.
Okay.
I'm not even sure which knight it is.
It's a Mechanicus night.
Mechanicus Knight. There you go. That was made by one of our Discord members, and he goes by Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Joe-
Hal Jordan.
yeah.
Hal Jordan.
He messages me.
Hal Jordan.
Yeah, Hal
Yeah,
Jordan
yeah.
is
The Green Lantern.
And
And the night's not green. What's up with that?
It's not. It's
know.
blue, almost like purple. Like it's a
Almost
deep
purple.
blue, which
Yeah.
is probably why it caught my eye.
Okay.
Plus, it's a big knight, and it looks just so
It is.
intimidating, and,
Yeah.
and I think they're neat. And
It is cool looking.
Yeah.
It is cool looking.
I like the shine of it.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Good pick. And and we haven't had a Shell's Kiss from you in a while. Been slacking on that duty.
I've been busy taking care of the Hobby Progress Challenge.
Well
setting it up
done.
and getting
Well
it going.
done.
Is that what you've been doing with your time? We might have to do a Patreon bonus episode to talk about your new
But
hobby.
what I've
and
really
you've
been doing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. When we get to hobby progress section, maybe we'll talk about Adon, what have you picked?
So my original pick was kind of like a cop-out. I was going to pick the 275 people who started threads in the Hobby Progress Challenge.
I thought that was a cop out initially, and the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, no, it's really not.
Pretty elite.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty
elite.
That's pretty elite,
Yeah,
right?
congratulations to all of you.
Yeah, but actually what I picked was Doug Mission 143's, well, that's his handle in the Discord, Doug Mission 143's Space Hulk board.
This is sick.
So it's pretty wild. And he put lighting underneath it and everything. And there's a big wide shot of it,
Yeah.
which unfortunately is kind of out of focus. But it's got multiple levels, and it's kind of almost boarding action style on the top level. And he's got one of those energy balls in the middle of it, and all kinds of really cool stuff. There's dead Space Marines like pinned to the walls, and
There's a Helldrake landing
yeah,
pad. Yep.
lots
No,
of really cool stuff. And so it's
fantastic.
yeah, it's really really good. And so the public demanded that it be considered for an elite choice, and who's
It
to say
was.
we don't pay attention?
There you go.
There you go.
It is fantastic.
Yeah, pretty
like
cool.
it does make me. We gotta.
But what did you pick?
So I picked. I picked Hobby ADHD Kevin and his Necromunda Ashwaste Nomads. And the reason I picked these is because I painted up some Ashwaste
Yeah.
Nomads, and I didn't do like as good a job as I could have done on them. And when I look at Kevin's, I'm
Yeah.
like,
You didn't do it as good as Kevin.
these look really good.
And
Yeah.
he's a painting fiend, man. He cranks stuff
He
out.
paints a lot.
And it's really
Well.
good stuff. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is
Not fair.
really the color palette. Like the models in general, I think are really, really cool. I was really excited when they added these models. But like the color palette he's used, they just look fantastic. And I like that he used like the ivory or the white
Yeah,
faces.
for the faces, yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
so-
him really stand out. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And they've got like an infant in the house, and he's still
Yeah.
cranking out the painting.
Crazy. So great work to everybody who contributed to our Elite Choice this go around. Let's go ahead and, as I said, this is going to be a fairly short section. So let's go ahead and launch into our
Hobby progress.
I'll go ahead and go first. And
Okay.
I don't remember if last episode I talked about finalizing the oil washes on
Yeah, you did.
everything. Okay,
Yep.
so that's all done. So what I did do was, Adon, before you left Games Workshop, I bought some War Dogs
Right.
and a Chaos Knight. And I bought that big War Dog.
And just to be clear, we traded retail value for retail value with sister stuff. I did not afford you my discount.
No, you did not. It
It was legit.
you bought, yes. Listen, nobody cares.
I care.
Okay. Cool. Cool. We traded some stuff.
And I think Shad's listening, so he might care.
Well, you know what?
He could fire
What's
me.
he gonna do?
Yeah,
Fire him?
right.
So listen, I got the big War Dogs box set that has 7
Right.
War Dogs in
Yep.
it, and I began assembling those while I was watching Max Verstappen race in the Nürburgring.
You just had to get that in there.
Yeah.
Well, it was cool. I mean, I thought because and there's a reason I brought that up because that's a 4-hour race,
Yeah.
and I said, okay,
Let's see what I can get done.
I'm gonna assemble these guys while I watch the race.
Yeah.
which is kind of perfect because it's long and
right.
you
Right.
know,
Right.
you don't have to pay attention every minute. And so I started assembling it, and I've been talking to Caleb. Caleb had said he would paint some for my birthday. I'm not going to hold him to
Yeah,
that.
right.
But I was curious how he painted them not assembly. Like he left all the armor plates and stuff off.
Right.
So I
right.
had a few
sub-assembly
questions.
stuff. Yeah.
Had a few questions for him about that. So I assembled the first one, and that took like 3.5 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. There's a lot of intricate pieces to them.
Yeah.
They are,
At least it's not a Saturnine Dreadnought,
no.
which
no.
is 200 and some odd pieces.
I don't know how many pieces are on this, but it's 3 sprues. And some of the pieces you're like, why is this 2 pieces? Like, I'm
Yeah, I
sure
know.
there's a reason
Yeah.
for it, but some of them are very tiny and they have to go together before they can go to the thing that goes together to
Yeah.
make another thing to go together. So I did get the first one done. And what I'm doing is in baggies with Sharpie, I am writing, which I have. So I have
Right.
I think I have 3 carnivores in the set.
Uh-huh.
So like all the plates and everything that goes with the carnivore are all in one baggie and it's labeled carnivore.
Right.
And so,
Right.
so I'll go through that. The models are great,
They're amazing. Yeah. It's really well done kits, but it's
but also I just love the design of them. Like
Right.
I think they look really cool. They're super posable. Like,
are they pretty posable?
well, you get 2 different leg poses,
Okay.
right? Left leg forward or right leg forward.
But I mean, but if you wanted to do it a little differently, is it the kind of thing where you have a ball socket where you can like move it more around
Not
like
the
the old
legs.
dreads?
Not the legs.
okay.
No. But I mean the arms are completely posable, and
Okay.
they're those functionality in the model where like once it's built, you can still move the arm and stuff.
Oh, right.
But I actually don't like that, so I'm going to end up gluing them into certain positions.
They don't have multiple loadouts where you need to magnetize or anything like that?
Listen, who are you talking to?
I mean, Aaron's not that far away. He
I'm
can
not
help you out with it.
magnetizing this stuff.
Okay.
man.
All right.
The thing about magnetizing, especially these, like if I'm doing the big night, maybe.
Yeah.
But these, it's like I hate when I've like my Tyranids are super magnetized.
Uh-huh.
Just to set up a game. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. I gotta find these weapons and I gotta put them on.
Well,
And
I
gotta-
mean, once you get a loadout you like, you just leave the loadout on there.
Yeah.
But if for some reason a different loadout ends up being better for a
Jason
different
used to
situation,
have like everything on his Marines magnetized.
that's
Backpacks to jump
crazy.
packs to arms. And I'm just like, nope. I just want to play the game.
That's when you put it down too hard and then everything
All-
falls off.
Yeah. So anyway, I've assembled the first one. In my list, there are 6 of them, so I have 5 more to go.
Nice. Hope Max does a lot of extra races.
It's something.
The Tom Brady of racing.
Listen.
Don't say those.
Oh,
Oh,
I know. I know.
You're gonna
Both
get
of you.
kicked
I
out.
know. I'll be lucky to get out of here with my
but
skin
he,
intact.
yeah.
well,
I
he has
know.
a chance now.
I know.
He has a chance. World champion. Oh my God, I would love it. The club would go nuts. Anyway, okay, on to you, Adon. What have you been working on?
So I've been trying to figure out the best way to set up the new storage space in the new in the house we're moving into in Northern California, and the
I
garage.
gotta tell you, I'm gonna interrupt you right
Yeah.
now. It's so funny. When I talked to John French fairly regularly.
Yeah.
One of the things he was talking about long time ago, he's like, if I have to listen to Don talk about how he's organizing his game room one more time. And so then,
Okay, John, this is for you.
And so then when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is classic.
But I'm moving. It's different because I'm moving, and so
Agreed.
yeah,
you move.
all right.
You've moved a lot.
You get this.
Yes, true. I have moved.
Yeah, it is true.
Yes.
You get this
You've
time
done
to
a lot
talk
of
about the
moving.
organizing. Go.
Okay. You know what's going to happen?
You're going to move again?
No, he's going to create a character in his next book with a name eerily similar to mine. That's
Oh,
going
you
to
wish.
die a horrible death.
As a bunch of storage boxes fall
Yeah,
on
but
him.
storage box, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
All right.
But I was moving my KR cases
Yeah.
using the backpacks and stuff. Every time I flew down there, I was taking them.
Yeah.
And it's where I actually realized the scope of how many of I have like 14
card cases,
of
right?
the card cases.
Yeah.
Nuts. Anyway. And then got all my Forge World tiles up there and was trying to figure out the best way to store them. But it actually turns out they fit underneath the end game table pretty well, so I don't really need to do too much on that. But I also finished the Wolf Time, which is one of the the new Space Marine series or more recent Space Marine series, the Primaris series. Oh man, I wish I could remember the name of the series. Anyway, finished the Wolf Time, and I had to force myself to finish that book.
Didn't care for it.
Did not care for it. And what's interesting is, as the end of the book is coming along, the end of that book sounds almost exactly the same. It's structured almost exactly the same as the end of Spears of the Emperor.
Interesting.
So-
Interesting.
Yeah. And like as the scene is getting set up, I'm like, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do this. And because I'm listening to audiobook and it keeps going like, oh, you're doing this.
Okay.
Oh my God, I can't believe you did this. But then, so I also just finished Callus and Toll, which is an Age of Sigmar book. And what I have come to realize, especially with the Space Marine books, is I prefer the Age of Sigmar books. And,
Really?
And well, maybe it's because this one was a witch hunter, which is kind of like an Inquisitor book. Those end up being almost like detective novels or more procedural novels, which is why I hope that what they do on Amazon Prime is like an Eisenhorn kind of thing.
But
or
have you
Inquisitor kind of
have
thing.
you read any of the like 40K crime novels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
those are cool.
Yeah, they're cool too. Yeah, but I mean, I think that style.
Yeah.
But that Space Marine series, oh, yeah,
Not a fan. I gotta
I'm
tell you,
slogging through it because I want to stay up with what's the current series. But man,
I gotta tell you, I'm struggling with some of those too. Like it's just like it's lost some of the grit for me.
yeah.
And
Well, I think this series it's always about, oh, we don't know if we're going to accept the Primaris into our ranks or not, and
again,
yeah. And but this is the series where they just came out with a model of the main character, who becomes a captain during the series. So what is the name of that series? That's the series that I'm reading and trying to finish. So the Wolf Time is done, and I feel like I've finished a
Gav Thorpe
chore.
novel. It's a Gav Thorpe novel.
Yeah, well,
And listen,
he copied Aaron on the end of that novel. That's all I'm going to say.
Gav is a great guy. First off,
Yeah.
so I always hate like being critical of
Right.
the guys that I know that are super great. But Dawn of Fire, I kept
Yeah,
wanting
Dawn
to
of
say
Fire
Fire.
series. That's right.
Correct.
Yeah, Dawn of Fire series.
But I find Gav hit or miss for
Yeah.
me. Like sometimes I really like his
Right.
stuff, and then
Right.
sometimes I'm just like, nope, this does not resonate with
Right.
me at all.
Right. Well, and
I think that's
Dave Annandale writes a lot of the Age of Sigmar stuff.
Yeah.
And he wrote the Callus and Toll thing. And it's interesting because there are certain parts of it where the dialogue, I'm like, really? Would they really be talking like this in the middle of this whole, getting attacked by ghouls
you
and
would.
stuff? It's very kind of, it struck me very much like movie cop buddy movie kind of thing in the
I think that's
banter,
okay.
which was okay, but it's the amount of stuff they were going back and forth. I'm like, I don't know if you would have time to say all this stuff without getting. But it was, it's a minor thing. I had to laugh.
I've been listening,
but I liked it. I liked the Callus and Toll novel.
I've been re-listening to Gaunt's Ghost stuff
Yes.
from the beginning. So,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty cool. All right, Shell,
Yeah.
any work hobby progress?
Which hobby?
Yeah,
I've done no hobby progress related to this podcast,
or Warhammer.
which is related to this podcast.
Podcast.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yes.
she's picked up a new hobby. I'll show you later.
It's not new. It's just
For you, it is.
It's not even new for me. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Games played.
Does it involve rocks?
What?
It does. That's weird.
Rocks are not new to me.
No,
Right.
Rocks
That's
are
what I'm
not
saying.
new to Earth.
Wow.
Games played. I have played nothing in the last 2 weeks.
So if I talked a lot of trash, at least I can leave at the end of the
that's
show.
okay.
Yeah, okay.
She knows I'm also not wrong. As long as I'm factual, it's okay. I haven't done anything the last 2 weeks in terms of
games played.
40K games played. Just work and stuff getting in the way.
And your new
my,
hobby.
And my simulator.
There you go.
Getting in the way.
Which is not related to this podcast. Although he did get it in there earlier.
Yeah. I did cancel a game. I wasn't feeling well last weekend a little bit, so I was supposed to play with Aaron, and I just wasn't feeling well, so I canceled that game. You're not going. I am heading down to Southern California, though, in about a week and a half to go play my third game with Travis. This one's at 3,000 points, so we'll talk all about that later. But
That's a lot of points.
yeah, I know.
It's going to be a long game.
3,000 points, 1,000 suns, so it's a lot of thousands in one sentence.
So
Yeah, I'm doing that.
3,000 times 1,000.
And then I'm going to play a second game while I'm down there. So
You hope.
yeah, I plan on it. We'll see.
Are you only be there for the one day? You're only playing on the one day?
Yeah, probably a day and a half.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to drive down early Friday.
Well, you'll get the second game.
Yeah. So that's my plan for that. And also, I haven't gone to the club down in San Jose in a while.
We haven't, yeah.
And I would really like to get back into going down there. I've just got to set aside time. One of the issues too, though, is like my commute home has been
Pretty bad.
Like the traffic in this area has gotten worse than ever.
Yeah.
Worse than ever. So,
And I noticed they're doing a lot more construction out here, too.
and Thursdays, which is when the club meets,
Yeah.
it takes me 2 hours to get home. So
Well, can you go directly from work to the club?
He could, but it'd still take him an hour.
I could,
to
but
get
I leave
there.
work at 3.
Yeah, that's not.
So it's like,
It would
just stick
still
around.
take an hour to get to downtown.
It would. Yeah, 100%. So and I'll figure it out. Eventually, yes, that's exactly what I will do.
Yeah.
But
have a nice dinner.
probably not this week, but maybe the week after.
Cool.
Or excuse me. Yes, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, Adon, you
Yes.
play anything?
I did not. I've been working at the Ren Fair, the Northern California Ren Fair. We help run the
About
fencing
45
booth.
minutes from here, right?
About a half an hour.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
far as- yeah. So I help run the fencing booth. We teach fencing lessons and duel with people and let them try and kill the instructors, kind of thing. And so I've been doing that, and of course moving,
Yeah.
and rearranging my hobby space.
You hear that, John?
Yeah.
Shell, what about you? You playing games lately?
We just talked about this.
We did?
Yeah, you already talked about me.
We talked about hobby.
Oh, games played.
Yeah.
Ooh, have I played any games?
No.
No. You haven't played any
No, you
games?
haven't. All right. So again, this is a quick section, which is fine, which is totally fine, because we're really here to talk about the Hobby Progress Challenge, and so we'll be back.
Even though we were challenged to get any hobby progress done.
Yeah, this is true. Well, it's going to pick up now. I'm actually really excited about these nights, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, and getting the War Dog done. I was like
Well, once you do one, also, it really kind of makes the rest of them flow a lot
a
faster.
little faster.
Yeah.
I understand how it goes
Right,
together a
exactly.
little cleaner now. So
Right.
I'm kind of looking forward to that. So anyway, we will be right back. But first, we're going to hear what Pope has to say about the Hobby Progress Challenge. So here we go.
Hey, I'm Alex from Brisbane, Australia. 7 Anchors on Discord and Anchors40k on Instagram. So my 2024 experience, I mainly got stuck into Black Templars. I did 1,300-ish points of Black Templar. I'm a big Space Marine fan. I've got a couple of thousand of Ultramarines, Death Watch. I just love Space Marines, but Black Templar, that release was so cool. So I painted a lot of what I had. There's still plenty to go, but I'm super proud of my Empress Champion and Chaplain Grimaldus. They were standout models for me, and I just feel like I put in the work and I got what I wanted out of them. So yeah, I hit some good goals and got motivated to finish some older projects. I had a Shadow Sword that I'd have maybe 2 years sitting base coated, so I finished that as well. That was cool to finally put that on the shelf. But in 2025, I'm finally going to start Orcs. I wanted to start last year, but this is the year. I just feel like I can be a bit experimental with them. They're not as crisp as Space Marine, so it's pretty exciting. But if I get my hands on that Terminator box, there might be a few spanners. So, but I am looking forward to one thing in particular is I'm going to do the bonus points for Just Get It Done, and I'm going to finish an Imperial Knight that I've had for maybe 4 or 5 years, still in its pieces. And I'm looking forward to getting that done. I'm going to do that over the Christmas holidays. But yeah, Hobby Progress Challenge. It's keeping me connected to like the hobby and a group. Like my M group got a bit disjointed with, work-life balance, friends moving, having small kids. And so I'm really enjoying the community aspect and being able to get on Discord and see what everyone's doing and share what I'm doing. So yeah, thanks heaps.
All right, we're back, and clearly that wasn't Pope.
That wasn't Pope.
That was Alex, who I include because he's down in Australia. I often forget how international like a podcast is.
Yeah,
Like, when Jeff and I first started it, I didn't really conceive of like anything beyond.
And you guys used to watch where the
borders.
downloads were coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I can still look at
Yeah.
them. It's pretty crazy, but
Lots and lots of people on the Hobby Progress are from
all over
the place.
Yeah.
Lots of Canadian, a lot of
Oh.
European,
I'm aware.
a number of Australian guys.
Shipping just killed.
Yeah.
But we've got a plan this
We have a
time.
plan.
So
It's funny because he talked about having the Shadow Sword that was base coated for 2 years. I mean,
how many of us?
I was gonna say that's
Just looking over at the cabinet right now.
wow. I wasn't even gonna say it out loud.
That's fair.
I was just looking.
It's fair.
No, yeah, and the other thing is, I was talking to Dave about this. Was eventually everybody becomes an orc player.
I went through my orc phase where I was really desiring to do
Yeah.
that. I have no desire to do that any longer.
The thing is though, once you do it, once you've done them once or played them once, it's like, man, they are so fun. I mean,
It's funny that you bring that up. Yeah.
they're basically just soccer hooligans. They don't care. It's just they just want to fight.
But I was excited to hear he's like getting something like a night done,
Yep.
something that sat
Yeah.
there for a long
Yeah.
time. And we'll talk about just get it done and how
Yep.
you can earn bonus points and that kind of stuff in this challenge. And that's all Shell's idea, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, good
One of the
stuff.
things he brought up was about connecting to the group and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to point out is there is a voice channel on the Discord that you can just jump into.
Yeah.
Right. And you can just throw up in the thread, either the Hobby Progress thread or the Hobby Progress challenge. Say, hey, if anybody's interested, I'm on the Discord on the voice channel,
Yeah.
and you can see if somebody's in there.
Yeah.
And so if you see somebody in there, just
I've
jump
been-
in and chat and hang out. I noticed you've been on there.
I've been thinking about using it for when I'm assembling this stuff. And, you can even screen share. So you can use conceptually, you could use your camera and, show.
Because I've jumped on there a couple times just to jump on, and all of a sudden somebody like, oh, there's somebody here.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
I am thinking about doing that more and getting the community engaged more, which is one of the reasons I included this. Hey, you can leave us a voicemail and we want to hear from you and include you in the show and that kind of thing. So
But since he talked about the group, I thought the voice channel thing is
yeah. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Hobby Progress Challenge. Obviously, this isn't the first time we've run it.
right.
This I think is like the 5th or 6th time
We've done a bunch of different kind of variations. Yeah.
I want to say originally it was Zach's idea.
Okay.
I feel like it was.
We stole the idea from the 40K Fight Club because we used a lot of the same badges from it.
Okay. Well, bringing it on to this
Right.
was, I think, maybe you might have been involved in some of that discussion as well. But we have a visitor on the table. You can hear her meowing.
You cannot compare.
And so either way, regardless of where we stole it or
yeah.
appropriated it from, the concept was initially we were going to Adepticon and we wanted to say, okay, we're going to challenge ourselves to get done before we go to Adepticon, and then we'll have our armies for Adepticon.
Right.
And this is when I painted my Ultramarines. I want to say Jeff painted Eldar, and Zach had painted squats at the time. He had all the old squats.
He painted a lot of squats back in the day.
he
He was running them as Grey Knights.
Good painter too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why he's running his Grey Knights back then. That was the 5th edition heyday of Grey Knights. So the idea back then was, and I think we did get some prize support involved early on, but the idea back then was, let's get everything painted. You'll walk away with a full army. You'll come to Adepticon, and if you're there, you'll show us, and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, back then we were using the little icons at the bottom that you could kind of plug into your. We were using the forums.
We were using forums,
and you could plug it into your signature line, but that was very structured. Each month was you had to have heavy support, and you had to have fast attack, and you had to all the different icons were associated with that month.
Right.
And if you finished it before the 10th, you got a gold, and if you finished before, so you got a silver, and you got a bronze or whatever.
It was complicated.
It was very complicated, but it was all kind of self-administered.
Yeah, and so
and
really,
very rigid in terms of what you could do when.
Yes, and this is exactly the point I wanted to make. So I'm really glad you brought that up because after we did last year's, and I think we've gotten more flexible each time we've gone on. But after we did last year, Shell, you came to us with some ideas, and you and I sat down over dinner, and we were like, here's what we think we want to do, and anything. But the general goal of the thing is you're painting 1 unit a month, and you get an entry for the unit you painted towards prize support.
Right.
This is not a painting contest. It's
not quality.
It's not about quality. I mean, although
not even really quantity. It's just something.
Yeah. And while it's not quality, we are looking for, the three color standard minimum that GW kind of aligns with, and et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, we wanted people to, I think this year, be able to do a wide variety of things, wider than even we had done in the past. And one of the things I liked in the past was, as you just mentioned, Adon, you have a heavy support choice. Well, this will be heavy support choice month, and you get an extra point if you do a heavy support or something to that effect.
Right.
This doesn't translate super well across multiple game systems, and game systems don't have that, maybe that type of unit, or it's a skirmish game or something along those lines. And we wanted it to be system agnostic, something that wasn't just 40K, wasn't even just 40K in Age of Sigmar. You can paint whatever you want. Trench Crusade, Blood Bowl,
Marvel Crisis Protocol, which is super popular on our Discord.
A couple of those are doing those.
Yeah. So that was the goal, right? Get stuff painted. Stop. As we just heard Alex say, I had this stuff sitting there for a long time, and it got painted, and we were like, that's a fantastic.
The war against gray plastic.
The war on gray plastic. So the way it works, Shell, is how do people submit? Well, actually, before I even talk about submitting, here's the key. The Hobby Progress started last month. The Hobby Progress Challenge for
September
2025
1st.
started September 1st. That doesn't mean you're out. Like, you can join at any time. Even if you did 1 month, you get credit. So we encourage you to join.
Let's rephrase that. You can join any month.
Yes.
You can't join any time.
Okay. You want to explain that?
Sure.
Well, I mean, this goes right along submission guidelines.
Set me up for that.
I'm trying to let you. I want to hear your voice, lady.
Okay, so you have to have your piece that you're going to do for the month submitted on a thread on the Discord channel by the 10th. I moved it. Yeah, it was originally the 5th, and I said, let's give a little more flexibility on that one as well. And it's the 10th.
So you can join at any month as long as you join
by
within
the 10th.
First 10 days.
Now, I think if someone listens to the podcast for the first time on the 12th and wants to join on the 13th or 14th, I'm going to be a little flexible. You have to be a new member to have that happen.
Shell's pretty flexible.
She's pretty flexible.
And let me tell you, there are times where she's like,
But-
I think I'm going to allow this. And I'm like, I want to warn you.
Yes, we're talking about gamers.
You are dealing with gamers here. They are going to game the system. And immediately after we release the rules, they're like, well, so if I do this and this, and Shell's like, that's not what I meant. I'm like, I told you.
As soon as I saw the level of flexibility, I'm like, oh, this is going to spiral out of control quickly.
But it hasn't. It hasn't. The community has been, they ask legitimate questions. But yes.
There is a little bit of how do I push this rule? How do I push that rule?
Listen, I told you were dealing with. Okay.
The other piece is that so our bonus points now are very flexible.
Yeah.
You can do any of the bonuses, whatever month you want to do them in, versus there's Titanic month, or there's Battle Line month, or Character month.
So before we get into all that, can you go back to the beginning? So you submit something before the 10th, and what is that submission? And how do you do a submission?
So you do a picture with your name and the date, and it has to be whatever you're
And
going
the unit or model.
whatever you're going
Right.
to do, that has no more than primer on it, or maybe a base
Base
color.
coat is fine.
A base
Right.
color is fine.
And so, and when we're
A
talking
photograph.
about a minimum size unit,
Yeah.
at least,
Right.
right? So, if you're doing a unit of
Marines, it'd have to be 5.
Right. Okay, and then, but it is possible,
To do a character, single model character.
right? But
There's a number of
what you
single
could
models.
do, let's say you have a whole army. Let's say you have 8 units
Mm-hmm.
in this army. You could take pictures of all of them and just put different months on each one and submit them as those months come along.
Absolutely. In fact,
Absolutely.
I'd encourage you to.
I
Yeah.
did that all last year.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right. We picked out what my army was going to need.
And then at the end of the month, then what did you do?
What do you mean?
Well, you do that beginning of the month. You put
So
the
then
picture
how
of
do
your
you
name.
how do you get scored?
So at the end of the month,
So once your piece is completed, anytime after the 15th, or
Okay.
I mean,
Anytime
anytime
after the
after
next
you've,
day.
every time you've,
after submitted,
after you've submitted,
yeah,
then you take another photo of your
completed model,
completed
yeah,
thing
yeah,
and post that in your thread as well and tag me.
and
Makes you
so,
wonder.
and your tag on Discord is
MKS U1DR. It makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder.
You didn't know that?
It made me wonder.
That's on her. That was on her license plate.
I know,
for
I
years.
know, I know.
And I remember when we were first dating, I was like, I don't understand your license plate. And you're all, well, read the thing. And I'm like,
Because it had a frame around the license plate.
I go, makes you one doctor? I'm like, I don't get it. And then she's like, no, read the license plate frame too. And it said, I like to smile because it makes you wonder what I'm up to.
Right.
On the bottom. And I was like,
yeah.
oh, that's really clever. It's too clever for me.
Too clever for you. Yeah. So, but one of the things you talked about, so you should have your own personal thread
Yes.
in the Hobby Progress Challenge
And by the way,
section on the Discord.
all of
Yes.
the instructions for how to do this are on the independentcharacters.com website under the community tab.
There you go.
So
And-
there's step-by-step instructions for how to set that up for yourself.
And pinned at the top of the Discord as
Yeah,
well.
it links to the website. But it
all
is
connected.
But it is. It's all
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
It's like Charlie Day from
Yeah.
standing in front of the board with
With
all the
lines. Yarn on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. String theory.
So okay. So that's cool. So you submit the thing, and then the next day or even hours later, you could really just, okay, I'm done. You know, here you go.
I think Josh once submitted his pre and then 30 seconds later,
his
his
I'm
completed
done.
piece.
And I'm okay with that.
Because some people, you
As long
do
as
a
it's done
bunch
during
at
the
the
month.
same time.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing I would encourage people to do. If you're going to be painting stuff, why not get a chance to win some prizes?
Win some
Do it.
prizes.
If you're gonna paint something for some other contest or something, enter it here too.
Double dip, yeah.
Like you double dip. I don't care. You know, I hope you win in both cases.
Right.
You know, it's all about building the community, sharing stuff. You know, encouraging each other to progress. So, okay. So the as we just said, the submission guidelines. You start. You have the photo, the name and date card with it. The in month that you tag yourself. There is a Google spreadsheet that we use to track your progress each month that is visible to everybody, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you
And
get to that spreadsheet? I was looking for it.
I haven't posted it yet.
Okay.
we should though.
But, I mean, I figured I'd do it after the first month. And
That's a
then
good point.
That's where
Oh,
I
after the
usually
first month.
I
Okay.
usually put the link in my, hey, the month is over. I've got everybody. If you're missing anything, let me know.
We'll pin that
And
to
I
the
put
top
it
of
in
the
there.
Yeah.
of the
Very
Discord
cool.
as well.
Yeah.
And we'll include that in the instructions in the
There you go.
website.
Yep.
That's a great question. See, it's those kinds of questions.
There you
that
go.
we-
That's,
And so
it's
what?
almost like I read the notes.
And so Shell will
I haven't seen the notes.
I know.
you will go through, make sure everybody gets credit as they tag you.
Yeah.
That's how you know. So you got to make sure you tag makes you wonder. You then go in, you put a tally mark. Okay, they've got credit, and then you also implore everybody to go look and make sure they got their credit.
Right. At the end of the month, after I've done it,
We'll do an announcement and say,
I
hey,
say,
please,
hey, I think I've got them all in there. If I'm missing somebody, please understand and
and let you know.
let me know and I'll fix it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
One thing I do want to add and say is that the way the bonus points are now,
Mhm.
I need people to tell me if they want a bonus point.
Okay.
Like I'm not going to look and say, oh, that's a character. I'm going to give you September and character point.
All right.
They have to say when they're submitting.
Yeah, that makes
This
sense.
is my bonus point for
Right.
this thing. And we'll talk about those in just a minute.
Okay.
But first, and boy, I hope this is Pope this time.
I hope it isn't.
Let's say, oh, that'd be even better. Let's see. It's under Alex. So if it's Alex, I'll stop it.
Hi, my name is Pope. Some of you might recognize me over from the Independent Characters Discord. I'm also the current reigning Grimdark Gauntlet champion until someone knocks me off that throne. Anyways, I just wanted to thank everyone over in the Independent Characters Discord and community. You guys have been really, really nice and helpful over these last few years. You know, I've only been into Warhammer as a hobby 4 or 5 years, and when that was happening at the beginning, I was in college still, so I didn't have a whole lot of patience, time, or money to be able to deal with things. And it was just very, very helpful having a group and knowledge base from that group that was able to support me through that and help me figure out like just what I needed to do to get where I was going. And I think that's a big reason as to where I am now with my painting and hobby and army projects. And now I'm paying that forward at my own local game store and trying to help other newer people get into the hobby and figure out what they want to do. And also big shout out to Raph on the Discord for selling me that box of Death Guard for however much it was when I couldn't buy an Xbox on Black Friday. But yeah. And I just want to thank you, Carl, for having a nice show that brought this community together. And a big part of that, of getting me interested and keeping me interested, was also the backlog of Independent Characters episodes, even though you were not recording at the time. Anyways, see ya.
Okay, it was Pope.
Yes.
Whew.
Was that a sideways thing? Since you weren't recording at the time.
No, I don't think so.
Sideways.
We weren't recording when
No, I
he
know,
started
yeah.
playing. Is
Right,
what he
right,
said.
right.
The thing I like about Pope's message, honestly, is the fact that he's like kind of paying it forward.
Yeah.
Right. Like again, community, we're helping each other.
Yep.
This isn't a competition amongst each other. That's one of the things I liked when we gave out prizes last year too, was like people were cheering each other on. Like people were happy to win. Some people won T-shirts they haven't got yet.
We'll talk about
I know.
that.
We're working on
We'll
it.
talk
I'm in
about it.
trouble. I'm in trouble with Shell because she's like, you haven't sent this. I'm like, I have to go get the. Anyway, we're behind on sending out the T-shirts. All the other prizes have gone out.
Everything else is gonna.
Everything else has gone out. It's just these T-shirts have been a thorn in my side. Anyway, okay. So I want to talk a little bit too about the differences from last year, because we talked. You hinted, Shell, at the bonus entries and that kind of thing. So what we've done in the past was a little more rigid, where it was, hey, this month is super heavy month. If you paint a knight or a shadow sword or a bane blade or something along those lines, not only do you get the credit for doing that month's payment or painting, you get additional point for doing the month, that special month.
Right.
Shell, you found this to be a little restrictive. I think you answered a lot of questions about it last time. Like people would say,
a lot of how do I make this work with what I'm doing? My army doesn't have this.
Yeah.
How can I get that extra point?
So,
Questions.
So as you and I sat down and talked about this year, you were expressing, I think we should be more flexible. And I'm Mr. Control Freak. So I'm always like, no, we got to be rigid. And you're like, well, hear me out. And you kind of went through what if we had those, but we added some other flexibility to it. And you want to talk about, so the first thing we have is we have different bonus categories you can get. So for the unique monthly challenge, you could do a vehicle, behemoth, or a cavalry unit for 1 month, and you get extra points for that.
Extra
An extra point.
and extra point.
You can only get so many extra points in a
Month.
month.
You only
So-
get one bonus
point
per month.
So a maximum of 2 points per
Right.
month. That's the max you can.
For a maximum of
11.
18.
18 points at the end of the year.
18 points.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
12.
the 12 months.
Yep.
Plus, you can learn up to 6
Bonuses.
Now we have more, and the flexibility, and this is the genius of
Yeah.
our idea, is we have more bonus points than you can earn.
Right. There's like 11 categories.
Right.
Like that, yeah.
Right. And so the first one is a vehicle, behemoth, whatever. And this is, I paint that unit,
Right.
I get the extra point,
Right.
and that's my 2 points for that month.
Yep.
A battle line unit, same.
Pretty
hey, I'm
basic.
going to paint a squad of infantry. This is my
It also happens to be battle line.
yeah.
Right. Our
A
character.
character.
Yep.
A monstrous creature, dreadnought, Titanic. So anything that's
Big.
very large. A flyer unit, or now
Right.
I think they're not called flyers now. They're
Aircraft.
aircraft unit. A terrain, a set of terrain. And this is
Right.
equivalent of,
It's a third army.
yeah.
Third arm on the table.
Yeah. I think we considered like, what do we call a set of terrain? And I think we were kind of focusing around, well, if it's about a table's worth of terrain,
Yeah.
we'll accept that. And then a display board was an idea. If you create a display board
Right.
for
whatever army you're working on.
yeah, you
Right.
get a bonus
And a
point for
display board doesn't mean you spray paint a piece of plywood.
No.
It's got to, yeah.
It's got to have.
Come
some-
on, folks.
Listen.
Come on, folks.
that. Nobody's tried that. And I think they know
Yeah.
the spirit of
It's not a tray.
Well, and it's
display
interesting
board.
because GW used to have the 3 color thing, and they moved away from that. Now it needs to be painted, and we know what painted means. And they actually have a couple examples of what
they
a
still have
battle
a
line
rubric of what battle ready.
battle
is
ready.
what they
Yeah,
call it.
right. But it's more than just. It has to have three colors in basing.
I mean, it's not the
You can't Easter egg dip them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that guy that had done it.
Yep.
Up at Endgame.
Yep.
He had
Easter
like
egg
dipped the
people.
top and dipped the bottom and left a little bit in the middle. Those
3 colors.
Okay, dude.
Yep.
You're Rastafarian.
You know what? If that made him happy,
it made him happy and everybody else who had actually done effort miserable.
okay.
So, reset the mechanism.
There you go.
This is one I think I came up with this one where it was you show before and after of your terrible hobby space.
Okay, John. I'm
And
gonna
you can clean it.
I'm gonna show before after
One
my-
time, Adon.
Okay, one time.
One time.
All right. What does double up mean?
What is
Double up is a
Double
category.
means you've done two units, 2 things, like 2
Oh, you can get-
characters. Two.
yeah,
you
you
can
get-
get an extra point. And the double up is, I think, the only one that doesn't have to be pre-submitted.
Yeah.
All the rest of them you need to have submitted what you're going to do by that 10th date.
Right.
But double up is one that you finished really early and you're like, I still have 20 days to the month.
I could do another unit.
I'm going to do another unit, or I'm going to add a character.
So you can get a bonus to double up.
Yeah,
one
exactly.
month. Yep.
Yeah, very cool.
And then the last one we came up with was just get it done.
Which somebody already mentioned.
Yeah. I think it was Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he mentioned it. In his,
Are you sure it wasn't Pope?
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Listen, I hope I've named the rest of these files
Oh,
correctly.
man.
Okay, so anyway, just get it done was one of those things where I was like, everybody has like this unit sitting around that they put like one code on, or maybe another half a code, and a couple of details, but they didn't quite finish the
Right.
army
Right.
or the unit rather.
There were so many times last year that people
Asked.
had planned and then just couldn't get it done by the end of the month,
Right.
and got enough done that they couldn't necessarily start.
Claim it as
Claim
another
it.
month. Right.
And I mean, if you missed a month and you got something done the next month,
You could
that was your points. But
Right.
this is on top of that. And
Right.
this is the intention of, everybody has that unit that's needs 2 more colors or needs just
I think we said it can be at most 75%.
75% done.
Wow. That's
What-
flexible.
what
and
does
you
that
have
mean?
to, but you have to do 2 sets of that to get credit.
Yeah. So you have to do like 2 things that are 75%.
So it's another double up.
Because sort of.
In a way, yeah.
Sort of. Because you're doing effectively
Yeah.
50% of a
Right.
unit.
Right.
Right.
No,
And so
I think it's a fantastic
I think
idea.
the first question that came to me was like, well, I have to put decals on these guys.
No.
I go, would you consider that model 75% done without decals? They go, I guess not.
Yeah.
I go, come on.
Is
You
it
know?
your entire army, every single unit?
That might be different.
That might, yeah,
Then I
that would be.
might have accepted that.
And so-
as-
and
yeah.
so-
yeah, 2,000-point army, you have to put decals on everything.
That seems like
And I would say,
a just get it done situation.
don't it's a fair point. Don't take advantage of Shell's flexibility on this. But if you have a question, a genuine question, you're like, well, what if I do all the bases at once for my army. Okay, Shell will probably be like, sure, let's call that a thing for
a 2,000 point Astra Militarum army, and you do all the bases. Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Fair enough, right? So, I mean, feel free to ask these questions, but you know.
Right. But an Imperial Knight army that you just haven't done the bases on? Come on.
Depends on how elaborate your bases are, I suppose. Some of them can be like models in
they're
themselves.
stepping on it.
Yeah.
So an Eldar. Yeah.
So anyway, those are the bonus points, which it was a really, really good idea on your part that to say, let's have more than this amount, and then people can pick and choose from that, giving them the flexibility they want.
To a maximum of 6.
And I think that came from like, not everybody has like not every army people play have a super heavy unit.
Or an aircraft.
Right. So okay.
Or
what can
you don't
do
have it
instead?
now, and you get it for Christmas, but Titanic month has already passed, and now you want to get it done.
Right.
I really like this idea, and I think it offers just a tremendous amount of flexibility. I think it's super cool.
And honestly, I think the ideas for the flexibility weren't just mine. I mean, we had conversations in the community, in the Discord, about, hey, what if we did this? There was a group of us who were talking after the end of the the last one, and that this kind of came into my mind. I'm like, you know what, I think.
Yeah, so we solicited some ideas there, and then I think after this one, we'll probably revisit that again.
Sure.
See what worked, what didn't work, and what people might want to do, or maybe we have 15 different things you can
An
choose
after-action discussion is always a good idea.
That's right. At work, we call them postmortems, but
okay,
it's usually when something goes horribly wrong. Okay, so I mean, I think this was a great idea. I think it allowed people to pick and choose how they want to get the most points out of their entries, and it encourages you tackling things that have been neglected for a long time, or you just want to it's sitting there staring at you, mocking you, and you know.
Okay, so out of all the bonus things that are available, what's your favorite, Carl?
Clear the mechanism. I already took my pre-picture and post picture.
Reset the mechanism. Shell, what's your favorite out of all?
It's a good question.
I don't know.
Out of all the bonuses,
Since I'm not hobbying, I don't know that I have a favorite.
Oh my god, you're killing me.
my favorite one. I think my favorite one is just get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like the idea of.
It was Shell's idea.
Yeah, I mean, because she pointed out something that I think really crystallizes it. You started something last year in the Hobby Progress Challenge, but you weren't able to finish it by the end of the month.
Right.
And for some of us, that happens multiple times a year.
Oh, yeah.
So
All
having,
of you,
having
right?
2 of them available to do, but it's just great because what it does is it again emphasizes that idea of the war on gray plastic. I mean, just not just that, but actually, just like the bonus says, just get it done.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. This is James Hancock here in Central Texas, better known as Bustin' Chops on the various Discords. Last year, this challenge could not have come at a better time. I didn't have much of a local community to participate with, so it did a really great job of keeping me going at my workbench while I didn't have time to roll dice. So it was very well timed. I completed 1,800 points of Tyranid that I'm incredibly proud of. It's a shiny new army for me. But I did learn some lessons along the way. First, your commitments. I recommend that you take commitments on that enable you to participate with your community more. Maybe that's units to let you go to various different events or different models to play different games or whatever the case is. But, try to enable yourself through these commitments. But in addition, go find somebody else's threads on the Discord and go follow their challenge. And as they make their posts, cheer them on along the way. That's good encouragement for everybody. It makes everyone feel good. So anyway, with all that being said, I look forward to 2025. I'm going to get my custodians up to a point where I can start going to events. I'm also going to very close to having a full-size Jaloomspite Jits army up and going. And well, more than anything, I really look forward to seeing what everyone else is posting. It's been a infinite source of inspiration and motivation. So I thank you all. It's been a fantastic experience. I look forward to the next one, and a big thanks to Shell for keeping this whole project up and going. So good luck in the 2025-2026 challenge. Thanks, everybody.
Is it GIF or GIF?
It's not Jalumspite. It's not that. I tell you that. That made me laugh.
Shell, you were going to make a point before I rudely cut you off. Do you remember what it was?
I was the bonus points.
Yeah.
There was a couple of people who were confused that they had to do their September thing and then something else for
Oh, right. So take, for instance,
they did a battle
the
line.
super heavy, or battle line.
They did a unit, and that's their battle line. And they thought they had to do that and then do a battle line.
No.
And a lot of, not all, but a lot of the bonus points overlap. So like you do your
double
battle line.
And you just claim it.
That's it. So you
Yeah.
get 2 points for doing one thing. You don't have to do two things
Right.
for most of those
We should
bonus
probably,
points.
maybe we can go through and simplify that a little by color coding things, where it's like, hey, if it's green, you just have to do that
Yeah.
thing. I'll figure out maybe
Yeah.
there's a better way to communicate that.
Yeah.
especially-
There were
can see
enough
the
that I
confusion.
noticed
Yeah.
there was a confusion in that.
Yeah, because it feels like other than double up and just get it done, almost every one of those you can get 2 points for doing the one thing.
The mechanism is
Yeah.
another one.
Oh,
It's
mechanism,
it's a separate thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think most of them
Most of
are.
them
You
are,
do
yeah.
one thing and you
But
get 2 points.
here's the
for
thing.
it, which carries over to the way it was before.
Right. And this is why we say 2 points max, because you can't do, I'm going to paint a battle line unit, I get battle line, and I clear the mechanism that month.
Right.
That's not going to.
Maximum of 2 points.
Yeah, max
Correct.
2 points. So you can do that, but you're only going to get 2 points.
exactly right.
Correct.
So
So one of the things I thought was important that James brought up was about, again, and this is a theme that keeps going, this community building piece. And he talked about cheering on other people's hobby progress. But also the other thing about the community, especially on the Discord, is there is a hobby help
yeah.
thread,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I have found very helpful. You get stuck on something and you ask for people's input and you get some really good feedback.
Yeah.
You're like, how do I store all these KR cases?
Oh my God. This is the dry fit of 2025. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Are we getting pins for that too?
Okay.
Oh, God. I did make stickers.
Stickers?
I made stickers, yeah.
Can make.
I clear the mechanism sticker. Yeah.
It's a good one.
That's
Yeah,
a
It's a
good
good one. It's a good one.
Rearrange the room sticker.
So I do love the community aspect
Yeah.
of it. And I think that feeds into, yes, the interaction on Discord, the interaction on the Facebook group. I think we're seeing more of it in Discord because that's where you record your progress and that kind of thing. Cheering others on, sharing tips, as you just said, is super helpful.
Yep.
I think we're kind of we're reinforcing the community even further. It's interesting. You can see from outside. I don't know how to explain this. Like, I'm on the Discord fairly
Right.
frequently, and I will chat with people, but I can see where people have made connections,
Right.
and where there's like in jokes and like
Yes, there
to the
is.
point where I'm like, I don't get this.
What's
and they're-
happening here?
And they're like, oh yeah, this whole everything's a sandwich discussion
Yes,
that has
yes,
been
yes.
going on, and I'm like, I don't understand what the sandwich
Just
thing
don't
is.
mention Lorgar.
And so we get. I love that it's
Yeah.
taken on a life of its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't need myself or you or Shell or Loopy or Raph to moderate
Right.
those discussions. It's people have made it, and they've
Yeah.
made it the community I was hoping to see.
Yeah. The other thing is super cool, and maybe we should, let's go to another clip and I'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, you want to do that? Shell, you have anything you want to add before I move on?
No.
All right.
Hi, this is Matt Lancaster, or Fat Lamecaster in the Discord. I was super excited to participate in the 2024 Hobby Progress Challenge. I had participated in one way back several years ago on the old forums, and I'd been missing that kind of, community motivation to get projects done. I went all around my backlog. I kind of rotated projects. There was Dark Eldar, there was Heresy, there was Blood Angels, there was Tempestus Scions. And how it helped me hit my hobby goals, honestly, I'd like to say it helped clear down my backlog, but that's not really true. I paint fast and I collect even faster. But it did help me to start to spread the love and realize I don't need to paint all of one army at once, but I can just paint whatever speaks to me. And the challenges definitely helped to break up the monotony there. What I'm working on for the 2025 Hobby Progress Challenge, I'm trying to do something even a little bit different. I recently traded my entire Chaos Space Marines collection, all painted and varnished, for my buddy's orcs that were unbuilt and unpainted for the most part. And I've set myself a goal of using the Hobby Progress Challenge to get to an Adepticon event. So there's 7 months between the start and the Adepticon event that I want to participate in. I have 7 different units that I'll be using for each of those months in the Hobby Progress Challenge. Honestly, I'm just really hoping to get more engaged with the community in this year's challenge. I would love maybe to have a meetup and a showcase of Hobby Progress Challenge entries that have been completed so far at Adepticon in March. But I just love seeing what everybody is working on and having that kind of community impetus to keep painting.
Really interesting points and things we've talked about already. First off, It was funny to me. He's like, oh, I'm painting this ready for Adepticon. And I was like, oh, yeah. We would have loved to have started it like a year, like right after Adepticon.
Right.
So that it was like a year and then you come to Adepticon with whatever you want.
Well, maybe what we do is at the end of this one, we just have a break and start it at Adepticon.
Maybe. I think we'll play it by ear or, we'll see how Shell feels about it at that time because she's the one really tracking the whole thing. I mean, Loopy tracked it for a number of years and stuff, but it is a significant effort. I think we took a month break last time, so maybe if we continue to take a month break each year,
eventually we'll eventually wind up cycle
at the Adepticon thing. The other point he made that made me super sad is that he gave up a Chaos Space Marine army, but as you said,
everybody becomes an orc player eventually.
Everybody becomes an orc player eventually. So
we both started laughing when he said that.
I do like his idea about bringing stuff that you painted to Adepticon and showing it there.
Yeah.
And here's the thing with us running the 40K Flex.
That's what I was thinking.
We could do it literally right after the Flex one day and just be like, hey, we're all going to get together. We'll have some drinks.
Like the Friday after the Flex,
go get some food or something. Or we'll figure something out. I do want to think about something where we can get together and people bring what you've painted so we can.
I wonder
see it
if
in person.
like maybe where at the area where we have the Flex, right after the event is over, maybe we have a bunch of pizzas in for people who are there and
something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll think about it.
I think one thing is interesting that Matt and James said 2 things that were diametrically opposed, but both really useful. So Matt was saying, I'm just going to paint whatever speaks to me and not worry about, getting stuck on one army and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the monotony of one army. And James said something almost completely opposite. He said, you know what? Pick stuff that allows you to then use that army in an event.
Well, I think
and so I think it's interesting. There's 2 different ways to approach it, but they're both super helpful depending on the way you approach your painting.
But here's the thing. I think the flexibility of the contest allows you to do
either one of
exactly
those.
that.
Yeah, that's one of the things, the beauty of it.
And different things work for different people.
Right.
But what seems to uniformly work for most people is I have a deadline that I have to work towards.
Yes.
Right. Even if you
it's the motivation.
Even if you miss the deadline, like you have something that you're like, oh, I need to have this done by X.
Right.
That gets me kind of moving in that direction.
Right back to the beginning where Raph said, inevitably there's a crunch at the end.
Yeah.
Inevitably.
There doesn't have to be. So let's do this. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back and then we will we'll carry on with the show. I got a few other points we want to make about the Hobby Progress Challenge. So we'll be right back.
Sorry I'm late, guys. I just finished a tank weathering class with Justin from
Hey, Travis, that's great. But Blake and I came up with the greatest event ever.
Really? I'm all ears.
All right, tell him, Ed. But start with the best part.
Okay, it's a 40K GT, and the best part is it takes place on the beach.
But
I know what you're going to say. How can you enjoy the beach when you're playing all day long? Here's the best part. It's only 2 leisurely 3.5-hour matches per day.
Yes, but
let me stop you right there, Travis. The best part is this is an all-inclusive 4-day, 3-night retreat with lodging and 10 meals included for only $400.
I know, because
I haven't got to the best part yet, Travis. The best part is it's in Hawaii.
Guys, that's great, but it's already being done.
Really?
Yes. War on the Shore is a GT that takes place from January 8th to the 11th in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii, and it incorporates everything you've already said. But you want to know what the best part is?
What?
It's for charity.
For more information, head to tablewarcharities.org/events and aloha.
Hi, this is Connor from Chicago, and my journey into 40K is actually pretty recent. I only started playing a couple of years ago in my early 40s when I bought the 10th edition Leviathan box for my son, who was 17 at the time, for his birthday, and he'd been playing Warhammer for a bit, but had a hard time finding people to play with. And so I bought it, gave him the Marines. I took the Tyranids and built him out to spend time with him and play with him. And I'm, of course, an adult. I got 7 kids, a job. I travel 40 weeks a year and didn't make as much progress on it. Built some stuff out so we could play, but it was a lot of gray plastic on the table. And when the Hobby Progress Challenge came around, I thought it was a great idea. We both signed up and we spent a ton of time together painting, made our games on the tabletop, as infrequent as they are, a lot prettier, and was just reinforced, for me, why I got into the hobby, which was to spend time with him. And along the way, his older and younger sister, who were, 19 and 12 or so at the time, also expressed some interest, though more in the fantasy side. So we decided to start playing Sigmar, and everybody picked up a spearhead and hadn't made as much progress on those as we liked. And my oldest daughter actually passed away in a car accident this year. So the next round of the Hobby Challenge is really around painting up those spearheads, playing that game that we wanted to play with her, and, just deepening that sort of like weird family bond that we have around 40K and Warhammer. So being part of the Hobby Progress Challenge has meant a lot, and I think will next year.
First off, Connor, I don't even know what to say.
Man.
We are all parents here.
Yeah.
And so I don't even know what to say, but,
I think it's amazing that you have this ability to honor her
and stay connected.
Yeah, and do the spearheads. And Spearhead's a great game and a great way to play the system.
You tell me every chance you can.
I do. But yeah, man.
So I think he said he travels like 40 weeks out of the year.
I didn't hear anything after 7 kids.
He's got to earn that money to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Jeez Louise, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I love the fact that it's had such an impact, and even the fact that you're a newer player. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I seriously, this is the kind of thing that hits me all the time. This is not the first time somebody's told us of something like this or has shared a tragedy, or but occasionally people will say things like, I think for him the Hobby Progress Challenge means something. People will say, the show got me through a dark time, or I had this thing, and blah blah blah.
But being able to use the Hobby Progress Challenge to bring the family together as
that's awesome.
As a tribute, that's amazing.
That's awesome. So as I started the message, I told Shell, this is going to break your heart. So let's talk. Let's lighten it a little bit and talk a little bit about prize support.
What can you win?
Well, I don't know yet.
What did you win last year?
Okay, so last year.
Okay, wait. Before you even start that, I had this thought of a bunch of people participated, and they did every bonus point, and they did all 12 months.
Yes.
So that netted them 18. But there were a number of people who only did 1 or 2 months, but still won prizes. And I wish I had gone and done tracking on that.
Analysis of that, yeah.
And said, if you only do 1 month, you could still win a prize. Like it's a lottery system. So
if you were so inclined,
right?
There's a way to go back.
Well, and this is
I will. I mean, I could, but I was before this show. I wish I had that piece so I could share that with you. That doing all 12 and the extra points is going to get you more entries, but that doesn't mean you're out. If you do 1 month, you do 3 months, you do 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the kind of the raffle aspect of this, and
Yeah.
this is something we used to do at our events. Is that if you come to play, you get an entry.
Yeah.
If you win a game, you get an entry. If you get best painted, you get an entry.
Mm-hmm.
And all these different things that you do just gives you extra entries.
Right.
But anybody has a chance to get something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that way, if you lose in the first round of the event, you go, oh well, I'm going to leave because I'm not going to win anything.
Well, you're out. You're giving up.
Right.
Yeah. No.
And this way, at least you're. And so that's one of the things I love about the Hobby Progress Challenge is that no matter what you do, you have a chance to win as long as you complete at least 1 point. And what were the things that people won last year, Carl?
Yeah, well, they won. There was a lot of stuff out there, and some people won some shirts that still haven't got them. And I apologize if you are waiting on those shirts. I promise you, we will get them to you. There's a couple of things going on there. One, we didn't have some sizes. I went to go get the sizes reprinted, and the people that we used to print out the shirts have increased.
Lost their minds.
They've increased their cost by like 3x for each shirt. So what we were paying, I think like $7 a shirt or something like that, it's now like $21 a shirt, not including the printing.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I told them, I wrote back to them and I was like, what has happened over there? That I said, I'm sorry, but this is well beyond, I'm going to have to cancel this order and find another solution. And they're like, oh, we'll give you 20% off. And I'm like, 20%
off of 3 times.
300% rate. I'm like, okay, never mind. I'll figure something out.
So it's almost square one again.
Yeah, but I think we have a source, at least that we can get the 6 or 7 we need to get made, and then we'll come up with another solution for newer shirts next year. So anyway, we had a number of great sponsors last year. We had Army Painter first and foremost.
Yeah, great stuff.
We know Kat very well, and Kat has gone on to work for Army Painter, so she was kind of our in to there. We know several people there at Army Painter now, but Kat put us in touch with, hey, here's prize support, and here's what, if you want to reach out to this person. And so they
came back big, like
they came back with a lot of stuff, and not cheap.
Very impressive sets, and here's how you get started painting sets, right? Yeah. One of the ones who won one of the big sets last year, like I don't remember what the sets are called, but it was basically the one that has all the colors that you could possibly need. And he won it, and he was going to gift it to, I think, his niece.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he was going to gift it to his niece because he already had his whole painting set.
Oh, nice.
And get her involved in the whole thing, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, there was a whole speed paint set, and then there was the whole, I can never remember the name of their line, like the more professional level.
The Fanatics?
Yeah.
Fanatics.
Fanatics. I think that's the one that
those are
that's
awesome.
good paint.
that Chris won and was going to pass on, which was really cool. And then there was the John Blanche set and
the Blanche set's really neat.
There was Blanche set 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
We got both of those. That's a lot of good
So no reason to expect that they won't help us participate again this year. I'm going to reach out to them soon. I'm about to reach out to a ton of people soliciting.
Nothing is
sponsors.
confirmed for prizes yet.
No,
but.
so don't hold me
So
to
last
that.
year we
them
had Army
to
Painter. Who else do we have?
We had our good old friends over at KR Multicase, Daryl over at KR Multicase. He's always been
one of the world's good dudes.
He has always been incredibly generous. He used to be a sponsor of the show. We had quit the show, came back. I never reached back out to him in terms of sponsorship. We didn't take on sponsors at that point. The thing about taking on sponsors is you now have like an obligation and a commitment that you have to, and sometimes maybe we miss an episode and I feel bad because now I that sponsor paid for their mention in that episode. But Daryl has always been such a great dude and just a pillar of the community. You are hard pressed to see events or, like Team America going somewhere to play something that he does not provided them cases and things to go do this. He's just a fantastic. I mean, he's so good. Don has 800 KR card cases that he's going to tell you how he stored pretty soon.
You only have
when
one.
I rearranged
you only
the
have
room.
1 or 2, right?
I know. I got a whole closet.
You have an entire
I got a whole closet full. I'm being real.
I know.
I'm such a jerk. Anyway, so KR, offered a KR backpack 2 with custom foam for the person.
Yeah.
Herrick Games, our friends at Herrick Games, it was just Sky and Jade. their store donated a ton of, various kits and
A
things.
lot of stuff.
And I told him, he said, "Oh, does it have to be, something new?" I said, "You know what? Give me some of your back stock that has not moved off the shelf, and we will give that away as gifts."
Right.
And one of those gifts had to go to Australia and was going to cost me like $450. We worked
In
out
shipping.
and just in shipping, we worked out something for that prize winner. I'll talk about in a little bit. And then Artis Opus delivered some dry brush sets to us.
Multiple
Did you send them all out, or did you keep one?
They were both sent. I really wanted to keep one.
I'm gonna go check your desk.
Yeah, go for it. Mine are all destroyed over there. I use makeup brushes at the moment for my dry brushing. But those all went out. All those people were incredibly supportive. We have we didn't hit up Table War last year with the tariffs and all this stuff. That's in Table War is a very small company with 2 guys working, basically 3 guys working it, and I being intimately familiar with how much their shipping charges went up for their product from China, I was like, I can't in good conscience reach out to you and bother you with this, Todd. So maybe next time. So we are putting together communication to a whole host of sponsors, and we'll see what prize support we can get this year.
Yeah.
There's no reason to expect that it won't be generous.
Something,
This community is typically generous. Now, as we just mentioned, the shipping to Australia. The other thing that happened,
Not just Australia. I mean, we shipped to multiple countries.
and we had said initially, we will pay the first $25 of shipping, and then you can cover the rest. As it came out, we were like, okay, this is $50. We're just going to ship it. And we didn't charge anybody the extra money. Here's the thing, though. Army Painter shipped us all that stuff from Europe, and then we shipped half of it back to Europe. And then,
From an environmental standard, that's not so good.
Yeah.
But those paints have a lot of
Travel miles.
Yeah.
Stuff went to Canada. Stuff went to
Sweden, Norway.
all over the place. So this year we're hoping to work around some of that, and this is what gave us the idea. The set that we were going to send to Australia, we looked at the retail value of that set, and then we said, I'll tell you what, to the winner of it in Australia, it's going to cost $450. He's not going to I'll pay 25 of that, but it's not worth, it wasn't worth the money to ship there. I said, I'll tell you what, how about we send you a $100 gift card to your favorite local hobby store.
Right.
And so he told me what it was, and I went online and I bought him the gift card and sent him the gift card, number, the email and stuff. And then I turned around and I told Sky, hey, this is what's gone on. I'm going to sell this thing online
for $100.
And I got it for $100. I got $100 for it.
Yeah.
And which was a good deal for whoever bought it.
Right.
But
And it covered.
Everybody walked away happy.
Right.
price,
Right.
So I think this year what we're going to do is we're going to try to reach out to these companies, and rather than have them ship us the actual merchandise, we'll say, tell you what, how about you give us a number of gift cards equal to such and such, or equal to this, so that we're not
or an
bouncing
online
everything
code for
all
this
over.
set or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct.
Exactly. And if we get, I love Australia. Shell and I went to Australia. And
I love the people in Australia.
It was super. It was just so great, and I love that our listeners are down there. It is ridiculously expensive for us to ship stuff down there. We will come up with a solution such as this, where we can get you a gift card or something
Price
in that area.
support without.
Yeah, and we'll work with people to arrange for that. I also don't want Army Painter to have to ship something to Australia on that behalf, but we'll figure out a solution that works for everybody. So
who's next? Let's hear what's next.
Yeah, good call.
This is Fish from Discord. The Hobby Progress Challenge has really forced my hobby ADD to focus. In 2024, I painted a model a day, and so far this year, I have almost finished my Adepticon Flex Army, and will use the rest of the challenge to fully paint all of my 30-plus combat patrols.
30-plus combat patrols.
So, first of all, he's got to be using a bunch of filters. That voice is just too epic. I mentioned this the last time we heard from him, but
it's magnetic.
Oh man, that's a magnificent voice.
He's so active on our Discord.
Yeah, he is.
Super.
Discord boards, and he's so supportive of other people.
Yep.
Like he's very complimentary and constructive criticism. And
very cool. 30 combat patrols.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, he was saying he has 30 different combat patrols?
We were talking about this last time. Yeah.
And combat patrol is like,
it's like
7 or 8 models,
750 points.
That's they're usually between 450 and 600 points, somewhere in there.
I didn't know there were 30 different armies in this.
Well, there's some armies have more than one combat patrol.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's a lot.
So he's going to have them all.
Yeah.
It's like Pokemon. He's collecting them all.
Pokemon Combat Patrol.
I think that was his objective.
I love
the Pokemon Combat Patrol. Yeah.
All right. Let's do one more.
Hi, my name's Dave from the UK here. D McRogers on the Discord. I thoroughly enjoyed last year's Hobby Progress Challenge. I'm quite a slow painter usually, so it took me about 3 years to get my Renegades and Heretics army done, since the start of COVID, really. Last year I kind of fancied getting some Chaos Space Marines painted up to kind of play alongside them. I mean, it didn't help that I get stomped every time I play a game with the Guard. So I thought I'd try and get a bit more of an elite army going. And so the kind of bonus challenges, the paint a tank, paint a battle line, and everything. It really helped me kind of focus on getting the whole body of the army up and done. And I mean, the big one was the knight. I did. I've never done anything that sort of size before. Always been kind of put off doing big units. But I actually really thoroughly enjoyed painting that. And wouldn't have even had a crack at it otherwise. If it weren't for the HBC. So really enjoyed that. And then topping it all off towards the end of the year, getting an elite choice from you guys. So really appreciate the recognition of the kit bash off Chaos Space Marine bikes. So I was really chuffed with that. 2025, I accidentally bought the Saturnine box, so planning on doing those up as some pre-Angron Warhounds, and then I'm also going to take the chance to kind of crack through the old Legion Imperialis box as well, do them up as post-Angron World Eaters, really, and kind of flitter between the two of those. But fingers crossed I get it all done. We'll see. But best of luck, and to everyone, really, and cheers. Yep, bye.
Here's what I appreciate.
What's that?
I heard him pronounce his handle, D McRogers.
Oh, okay.
Remember, I was like, is this DMC?
I know who that is.
That's right.
I recognize that.
Right.
Yeah,
well, because last episode you trashed it so badly.
I couldn't figure out what it was. But
I like the accidentally bought. Like
accidentally.
He was walking by the store, tripped, fell through the door, his credit card shot out, and he walked away with the army.
It's almost like you've heard this story.
Oh, what's that in my trunk?
I don't know how that got there, babe.
That's an
Somebody
accident.
must have put that in there.
So he's, doing the Chaos Army. So one person got rid of a Chaos Army. He's starting another Chaos Army. So,
There's a balance to the universe.
That's right. The Emperor gives and the Emperor takes away.
It's a chaotic balance.
It's interesting because I was been watching old Freeloading Ken and Liz Apke painting their Legions Imperialis armies, and that they've both been doing a lot of progress in their armies.
Yeah.
And so here's another person who's going to be jumping into doing those units. And I can never bring myself to do that level, painting that level of stuff. So watching Ken and Liz do it has been kind of fun to watch because I know I'll never do it.
Liz constantly amazes me with the amount of hobby stuff she has done.
Especially with the little one in the house.
Like she posted some pictures today or yesterday that were her knights against like another army.
Right.
I noticed that the other army was not fully
painted, yeah.
But her knights were stunning. Like stunning.
She's a good painter.
And she was like, I'm thinking of adding more heraldry to them. I'm like, how did you do the checkerboard pattern on it? Like, that looks amazing. And they're in like cool poses. And I'm just like, she is an incredibly talented hobbyist. And I think, I don't know why I'm gushing about it.
I know, but good on you, Dave, for also jumping in and doing a night. I mean, for some folks, like he was saying, that was a big sticking point for him.
Yeah.
Talking about nights and the fact that he really enjoyed doing something of that scale. Because that was daunting for me when I took the class with Caleb. I was like, man, am I going to paint this big old thing, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Caleb help me out with my war dog.
I thought you were going to hold him to that. Yeah.
I'm not. Well, at a minimum, he can come down here and help me show me how. I have a pretty good sense of how Caleb paints at this point. Who are we kidding? Like, I can't do freehand like that though. But I mean, I just want to finish up my thoughts on Liz's stuff. Like, she's also so humble about it. Like
she's another one super supportive in the Discord on people's stuff.
Yep. Super active.
Constantly active and encouraging people that are struggling and stuff.
I just really appreciate the folks on our Discord that are like that are helping out others, that are just vocal and talkative. It's just amazing. So let's do this. Let's take a short break. We'll come back. We'll give some closing thoughts, and then we'll close out the show. So we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Kim. I go by Riserburn on the Discord. You might have seen me post pictures of my Iron Warriors and Thousand Suns in the Hobby Progress Challenge. I love the challenge. It combines my two favorite pillars of the hobby, community and painting. Seeing everybody's work in progress and completion photos every day motivates me to get my painting done, my hour a day or more, depending on it. I'm pretty lucky in that a few years back I got to catch all of the CK Studios courses. I got to learn airbrush from Caleb and Kat, wet blending from Sam Lenz, and freehand from Vince Venturella. One thing that all of them said that really stuck with me is that the classes alone aren't really going to do it. You just have to practice, get those reps in. It's the best way to improve your technique. So it's another reason that I really love the challenge is it gives me that push to keep practicing. So every new model I finish is another refinement of my skills. It's a better blend. It's a better line. And I get to see, my skills progress as well as, have a bigger army to play. And lastly, shout out to Shell. Thank you so much for keeping the Hobby Progress Challenge going. And also, it's just been really amazing to see you join our strange little guild of painters out there and seeing your skills progress as well. So if you're not doing the Hobby Progress Challenge, please join us. It is good fun, and it's great to see what everybody's up to.
If you're not doing the Hobby Progress Challenge,
you're wrong.
Was that directed at me? Because I'm not doing it? I'm confused.
No.
No.
I know it wasn't. I'm just saying I feel.
I got to tell all of you who are listening, every time somebody's like, oh, I want to thank Shell, you got to see, like, she goes, oh God, not again. Like she hates accolades like that, which is why I love it, because you deserve them, babe. You do.
Thank you.
Yeah. We went to a San Francisco 49ers game recently because they were playing the Denver Broncos. And
did they appreciate Shell being there as well?
They did. They knew I was there.
Shell was in her full Denver Broncos regalia. I think I was wearing a Denver Broncos hat that I borrowed from you.
You did?
Did you all get it on the Kiss Cam?
Would you let me finish the story?
Finish. Yeah.
So the guy behind me, the group behind me started like giving us a hard time because we were Denver fans. I'm not a football fan. Yeah. Shell is. And so they're like, oh, Denver, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, like I said, I don't really care, and they're like, well, why are you here then? And I go, well, I'm not a fan of football. I go, but I'm a fan of hers. and they were like, oh. And they're like, I was going to give you a hard time, but now I can't.
That's awesome.
But it's true. I am a fan of yours. And this would not, I kid you not, this would not be going if you weren't driving this. So.
And Kim made another good point, which is about getting the reps in, right? It's a skill, and skills get better by doing it more.
Yep. What a pedigree of teachers he's taking classes from. Though.
Yeah.
Right.
Whew, man, they don't get much better than that. I'm telling you. We'll wrap up the show with one more individual, but again, I want to remind everybody, the Hobby Progress Challenge actually started September 1st.
Right.
But you can join now.
Any month.
Join now. And you can earn lots of points still. And we were talking earlier, I meant to make this point when we were talking earlier about a couple people who was just like, they only had 1 or 2 entries and they still won a prize.
Right.
That's cool. What I will say is that the people with more entries did win more prizes.
Yeah.
Like it was, and that being the case, like if you won a prize, you're now out. Like you're not going to win multiple prizes.
You're not out for this year based off of last year.
No. Let me clear
Whoa.
that up.
In a given year, you can only win 1 prize.
Correct. Once you've won in a year, you can't. No one can sweep it.
Right. Once again, Shell speaks Carl.
They didn't hear that joke before, but yeah.
Anyone can join at any time.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you're participating in some other painting thing or whatever. Double dip. I encourage you,
as long as it's in the first 10 days of the month,
to get in, get active, and take a look at the rules that are all on the independentcharacters.com. There's an FAQ attached to it too for people who have asked questions, and then we've updated things. It's less about prizes; it's more about the progress in the community. But the prizes are pretty nice too.
But I think, all the different clips we've heard, this whole idea of community and motivation, and you have a sense of self-satisfaction when you look back on all the stuff you finished, and the person who talked about bringing stuff to Adepticon and be able to, look
Show
it
it
all
off. Yeah.
Show it all off.
I know I was like that year that we first did it, and then I brought my Ultramarines, and at that time nobody played Ultramarines. Like they were not cool,
right?
And nobody played, and their rules weren't super great or anything. I just thought they were a beautiful looking army. And it was like myself and maybe 3 other people at Adepticon had Ultramarine armies at the time. And we walk around and be like, oh my God, it's actual Ultramarines. Hey, dude. It was nice to share something that you completed.
Right. Well, even this last year, you got the Black Legion finally done.
Yeah.
And that's been sitting there for a long time.
Talk about something that was
and
prime.
this year, year, you're going to get the Sisters done. And that's been sitting there for a very long time.
The gauntlet has been dropped.
Honestly, I'm debating between the Sisters now and the Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to build the Knights to paint them.
Well, I'll build them and then I'll paint them.
I don't think Max is racing in that many times.
The Sisters aren't that built.
All of them are built.
Are they built?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, my true love is chaos. Let's be honest.
That's weird.
And the other thing I would say about everybody we've listened to so far, I think only one person has even really mentioned the prizes.
Right.
And that was more in passing. It's like, yeah, they're nice too, but like what I really focused on, so but listen, whatever gets you motivated, that's what we're here trying to do.
Yep.
Because it's not just about me having a painted army, is about me playing against an opponent across the table from me that has painted army as well.
Sure.
Makes a huge difference. So let me run one more person here, and then we will kind of close out the show.
Hi, this is Elias Hammer. I did participate in the challenge last year. I had always been really interested in participating in one after hearing about it, listening to old episodes. So I was really excited to hear that you guys were going to run it again. So I wanted to participate as much as I could, shooting for a unit every month. I have 5 kids, so I was a little bit worried about how I would do with timing. I'm not the fastest painter in the world, but it took a few late nights, especially in the bigger months, but I did accomplish it. I got a unit out for every single month, which I was really happy about. Also with this, I picked up my Tau again, which I hadn't touched in about 10 years or so. Wanted to push myself both in the challenge and also to be a better painter, to use techniques that I hadn't used before. Edge highlighting and shades and everything like that, which my Tau from now look miles better than they did from anything I painted years ago. So yeah, I was really happy with that, with everything I got done. I had been in kind of a hobby rep before the challenge. We'd had the baby in March, and hadn't done much since then, but it gave me a good kick in the seat of the pants to get moving, get painting. It was great. The motivation was great. Seeing everybody else get their stuff done along the course of the way too was really fun, being in that kind of even more so in the community. I am participating this year in the challenge, not as fully. I'm not shooting for a unit every month, but I'm shooting for a unit every 2 months, finishing up what I have unpainted for my Tyranids and just continuing on with my Tau. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's progress. and seeing all the cool painted models that we can get. Thank you so much again, Shell, for running this, and also Carl. Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay, so first off, two things.
Go ahead.
One, glad he thanks Shell again. Two, this is making me think maybe we need an Ices branded condom.
Oh my God!
So many people have so many kids.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Listen, you would think Warhammer 40K would be a birth control process in its own right.
Wow.
I'm not sure this belongs in the show.
Yeah. I thought they were going to say something about his Tau. And
oh yeah, well in the
when
Tau,
she said Tau, you said I'm going first. I'm like,
I think I've beaten Tau to death at this point. But anyway, no, actually.
Actually, his whole thing brought up a question. Sorry to interrupt.
No, please. I was just.
So he was saying like maybe a unit every other month.
Yeah, that's the point I focused on.
Let's say I put up a beginning thing for before the 10th of September, but I don't finish it until the end of October. Can I still get a point for that counting for September?
Sure can.
As long as they don't start something in October.
Yes, absolutely.
As long as I finish that.
You miss that month.
I feel like I would put that point in October,
Right.
not in September.
Right.
But you still get a
Right.
point for it, and that's always been the case. That's how it was last year.
Because you missed the
Yeah.
the September deadline, like you didn't get it completed, but you
Get it
can
for October.
You now get credit
Absolutely,
for
and you don't have to repost it in October.
Right.
No.
There
You
you
just
go.
say it's now done.
Yeah.
It's now done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
did that a number of times last year.
Yeah.
Great.
And you also say, "Oh, it's a character model."
And there's your second
Give me
point.
my,
I only
give
did
my
it 6
bonus
times
point.
though. Yeah.
So if you only do it every other month, but you hit all the bonus categories, you can
max
still
out
get
bonus
you can still get 12.
So,
That's true. That's a very good point.
wow, just gaming the system. I like it.
Just like a gamer.
Wait,
What?
is it gaming the system if I created the system?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Especially if you do it in your favor.
but I'm not participating.
All right. Well, listen. First off, I really want to thank everybody. Jokes aside, felt condoms. I really want. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
What?
Not sure that's
Where can
family friendly.
can they leave us reviews
It's
on iTunes?
family friendly.
Can they leave us reviews on iTunes?
They can leave us reviews on iTunes.
How about Podbean? Can they leave us reviews there?
You can
Podbean?
sure.
Whatever their platform is.
Whatever your platform of
Okay.
choice is, you can leave us a review or rating. We appreciate them all very much. I do go through and read the iTunes reviews. We have a Facebook group. You've heard us talk multiple times about our Discord channel. If you're going to participate in the Hobby Progress Challenge, you got to be on the Discord.
Yep.
Let us know if you have any problems joining. We can help you out there. And yeah, you can reach me at carl@theindependentcharacters.com if you need to. The last thing I wanted to talk about, because I haven't really touched on it yet, is the 40K Flex for Adepticon. And the reason I want to bring it up is because I've submitted all the paperwork and everything for describing the 40K Flex. Shell and I are spearheading the running of that. We're getting assistance from Josh and Aaron, and you said you wanted to help
I'll
out.
probably help out.
So, we could certainly probably use a ringer or two, as things get uneven. It's going to be improved from last year. The 40K Flex, for those who don't know, is an event that Hank came up with at Adepticon and reached out to me knowing this is the way I play. But it's basically, think of it as Garage Hammer at Adepticon. You're not using tournament terrain. What the problem is, 40K has tons of terrain that is not now tournament legal.
Adepticon does.
Yeah. Did I say Adepticon?
You said Warhammer.
Warhammer House.
Oh, weird. Adepticon has
Yes.
tons of Warhammer terrain.
There you go.
There you go.
40K terrain that can't be used in these tournaments anymore.
Right.
And so they said, hey, you guys like to play this way. We think other people, or we think there's an appetite for it. So we set up these tables. Shell themed them. But we went through, when we first got there, we
Thank
were
you,
like,
Shell. Thank you so much for theming the table. I had to see the look again.
yeah, you got it. When we first got there, I was like, oh, these tables look a little light.
Sparse.
I'm a little
It's not-
concerned
it's not
here.
us.
And then Hank came over and he goes, there's like 100 totes behind this curtain. Just go grab as many as you want. And so
Those tables ended up being
they were
dense.
awesome.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Yeah, they
looking.
were good.
And, when Campbell wanted to run like a more tournament style game, I know he's got this fixation with tournament terrain.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's a way to play. Anyway, when he took that terrain and basically made a board that was representative
Right.
of what
And
they
who
were
he was
going
playing,
for.
yeah.
Yeah, it was fine.
And that's one of the cool things about the Flex is that if you say, hey, I want to do more of a tournament thing, we have people who want to do more competitive stuff and people who want to do more garage
That's
hammer
what I was
style.
going to say.
Yeah. I knew you were.
So we try to balance those people out.
Yeah.
And last year we struggled a little bit because I was doing all the pairing just with an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
On the fly.
Yeah. This year we're getting to use Longshanks, which is the software that allows us to pair everybody up.
Yeah.
And allows you to select, hey, I want a more competitive game or I want a more casual game. And then we will pair those people off as much as we can.
Nice.
And it'll be much more efficient.
And it's only 2 games in a day, not
games in a day?
3 like the tournament.
Right. 2 3-hour games, which you can go over. That's fine. But there's a 1-hour lunch break for you to go get food and hang out and then come back, play another 3-hour game or drop if you want. But every time you play a game, you get an entry into a drawing for prizes.
There you go.
And we'll have prize support provided by Adepticon. And then we have medals that we gave out last year.
Good, yeah.
I submitted the same medals this year, which is Best Xenos Army, Best Chaos Army, and Best Imperial Army. And I think we did a Best Painted and Best Sportsman. There is no prize for winning.
Nope.
That is the whole point of it, is just to have fun. What kind of games you want to play? We'll provide missions there that if you want to pick from one of these. We used White Dwarf missions last year.
I think that's a great way to go.
I think we'll do that again with some updated ones. Or you can play the card missions if you want to play the card missions. It's up to you and your opponent. So it's a great event. We had 64 seats for it last year. I think we have 64 seats for it this year again, but I highly suspect it might be gaining a little momentum this year. So we'll see what happens. We may be able to.
I don't think we filled all 64.
We were like at our peak. I think we had 2 or 3 tables available because people dropped.
Right.
But we also had people add.
Like one day, I think one day we were at max.
Yeah.
That was it. The rest of them, it was flexible. And I think there'll be more there.
But I think
year.
there'll be more this
Yeah.
year. A lot of people came by and were like, "Oh, what is?"
A lot of people are coming back just to play this. Like a couple of guys were like in a tournament one day, but not.
Yeah.
Were with us for the other day, and they're like, "Next year, I'm not doing a tournament at all. I'm doing." But.
So anyway, I think it's going to be better than ever. We're really looking forward to it, and we are running it entirely because Shell said we were.
I did.
Right. You did.
Cool.
It's ours.
You felt like
ownership and just
the spirit of the event.
I wanted the experience to be what the experience
was. Yeah, good call. It was a good call. All right. So we've also got a Patreon.
Yeah.
You can go to theindependentcharacters.com. There's a link there for our Patreon along the right-hand side. And also there is a link there where you can leave messages like the one we've listened to today. You have 2 minutes to leave us a voice message. If you have any particular topic you want to talk about or provide feedback, we're happy to listen there, and you may even make it on the show.
In the future episodes, we may actually ask for specific content.
We are going to. I think we're going to, and we're going to get better at it. And, I love that this is a part of the community, and these people mean something to us.
Right.
And yeah. So, all right. Well, I think that's it.
I think so.
So until next time, this is Carl.
This is Adon.
This is Shell.
And we're coming to you from the Astronomicon, where Shell is really doing all the work for the challenge.
And where it is now time for that pile of opportunity.
And where I need you to tag me when you finish your hobby progress piece.
This episode of The Independent Characters is protected by the Creative Commons license. If you have further questions as to its use, you can find information on the front page at theindependentcharacters.com.